What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Mattel Jurassic World Hammond collection: Troodon, Stigymoloch, and Spinosaurus. I'm so happy to be saying that. So, taking a look at these boxes here, it seems like they did a little bit of a rebrand. It's called True Effects. I don't know, kind of seems pretty similar to me. Maybe this is for the new movie. This one says it's from Jurassic World, and this one says it's from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, so nothing crazy here. We get to see the barcodes there. I picked up mine from 3 different Targets. Yeah, that's how nuts I am. But here is the Spinosaurus box, and yeah. Oh yeah, there you can see, you know, the looks awesome. Box is big. A lot of empty space on this box, but it is what it is. Spinosaurus. Believe it or not, the Spinosaurus I got at the smallest Target in my area. They had it, but the other 2 came from like bigger, more mainstream Targets. I have no idea how that works. But without further ado, I've been so excited to get these open. It's been a while since I've opened some new dinos up. So let's go ahead and do just that. All right. So getting the dinos out of the packaging. I gotta say, I think Mattel really is still killing it on this line. I am having a lot of fun with this line, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So we'll work our way up, because I think that's the reason everyone's here, right? Is the big old guy. But we'll work our way up. Taking a look at another dinosaur I wish listed, Stigymoloch. Little Stiggy. Very cute. I like the paint on top of the head. It definitely looks bone colored, you know. Looks very good with the mouth, all the paint design. I think they went a little heavy on the like the latter aspect of the hips there. Like, I don't know. I think it would have been fine if they didn't do it on the legs. Maybe a little bit on the medial aspect of the thigh. But, I mean, I think it's a little heavy there. But, you know, I don't mind some paint variation. I really don't. His eyes are red. They still are doing that, like, glass eye thing. And I appreciate it. I think it adds some life to these guys. Looks very cool. I do wish his little fingernails are painted. I know they're extra tiny on him. But that stuff goes the extra mile, man. And the dew claw is still never painted. Such a shame. But I really do like it. I mean, there's not much to talk about with these dinosaurs other than, you know, the same stuff. The scoots look good. The scales look good. This, that, or the other. Yeah, we know they look good. Mattel is great at sculpting and pretty much, for the most part, painting dinosaurs. I'm very happy about it. So, really like the head sculpt here. In terms of articulation for old Stiggy here, the mouth will open up. It'll close. Very cute. He gets a double ball peg at the top of the head here, which is a little different. So, combine that with the double ball peg at the bottom of the neck. You do get them to go all the way forward, which is essential for, you know, a dinosaur like this. Pivot side to side. Nice ornithischian. Get to see the arms here. They'll swivel and hinge. Then you get a hinge and swivel at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. I think that's fine here. Nothing crazy. The hips will go out that far. They'll go forward. You know, they'll pretty much go all the way around. They're really not going to go in or out on the Stiggy here. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. And then the stifle will hinge and swivel. Just a little bit. The hock does not move on him, but the pastern will. So it'll go up and down and pivot. So, yeah. Very, very good. Looks very nice. Get a ball peg at the bottom of the tail, or the base of the tail, excuse me. And we're still getting bendy wires in these guys. I don't know why Hasbro doesn't do it all the time, but their lizard couldn't have it, but yet this lizard could. So yeah, looks very, very good. I like it a lot. Looks very nice. Then we have a dinosaur that's existence has come in and out of the light. Is Troodon a real dinosaur? Scientists go back and forth. I mean, I'm somebody who actually has done paleontology, so I try to keep up with all this kind of stuff. very intently, other than just being a Jurassic Park fan. But, you know, when you read these papers, it's like, is Troodon just a juvenile this or a juvenile that? Like, Troodon has gone through so many like ups and downs. I think the current common consensus is that it is a real dinosaur and was its own species, but I mean, guys, it goes back and forth. I would say Troodon has almost as fascinating of a history as Spinosaurus, because it's just kind of cool. But this is a dinosaur we haven't seen yet, but I love the paintwork on this guy. I love that speckledness of him. I do wish his nails were painted. It does draw me away from it a little bit, but man, it looks like he's going to be blind or is blind. I don't know. Looks really good. I love it. Oh my gosh. The jaw looks good. Those little spurts of orange, or like that little spurts of orange, the feathers on the back. Yeah, this looks great. His toenails are not painted at all. I definitely wish they were. I might touch that up. You get a little bit of that tan under here. I do wish that they carried that through a little bit, similar to Stigymoloch, but yeah, this is a really cool looking dinosaur. Very fancy. I kind of want to get 2 of this guy. I feel like Troodon was a pack hunter. If he was real. No way, is there a bendy wire in that? No, there's not. Almost thought there was, but it's got a nice long neck. Looks good. The mouth will open up to there, but realistically you're only going to want it to about there. It'll close, hinge, and swivel, so a little bit different than the Stigymoloch, and then the hinge and swivel at the base of the neck, so you can get them to do pretty much anything you'd want them to. You know, your colors are going to get messed up a little bit, but it works. You get a hinge and swivel at the shoulder, and then a nice deep bend elbow for the elbow. I mean, but that looks good. Nothing at the wrists. I think they could have gotten away with it here. Stigymoloch didn't bother me, but I think they could have got away with it here. The hips go out definitely further than Stigymoloch. And then they'll rotate, obviously. And then at the stifle, little hinge and swivel. Nothing at the pastern again, or the hock, but then the pastern goes up and down and pivots. So looking good. You get a ball peg. This pegged in differently. It doesn't really matter, but you get a nice bendy wire, of course, on this guy. So, yeah, very fun little dinosaur. He looks nervous. Like, he looks like he did something wrong, and he's waiting for you to find out. But, yeah, looks very nice. Very happy to have this species on the shelf, especially with its weird history. And then, finally, the showstopper, the big ol' Spino. This has been on my wish list since this line has started. I think it's been on everyone's wish list since the line has started. I'm just so happy to finally have it. But does he live up to the hype is the question. And I gotta say, for the most part, I do think there are some downsides. Let's take a look at the head sculpt here. Of course, you get the Jurassic Park style Spino, which is nothing like what an actual Spino looks like, but there actually seems like they're changing that in the new movie, getting a little bit more scientifically accurate, which is always fun. You get to see the big old mouth here, similar to the T-Rex, and I think the Gigo, with the tongue. Very nice. The teeth look good. Love the paintwork on there. The bright green eye is very nice. Get to see the other side. Looks so good. You get to see the body. Very nice. There's this like patch of orange here that's nowhere else. I don't know how I feel about that. You get it kind of a little bit at the base of the tail here. I kind of wish this dry brush was carried all the way throughout the rest of the body. That would have been very nice. But unfortunately, we don't get that here. It does have a nice underbelly to him. Or her. I guess at this point they were still all... No, he was a boy, right? He was a male. I love this paintwork here with that like light cream color. And then, of course, the iconic sail. We're going to have to move the camera for this, but the iconic sail looks good. This is a very hollow body, so he feels very light, which I don't know if I like that. The tail is heavier than the rest of the body. I think the Gigo had that scenario, too. You get the nice thick wire in there, though. It's probably like a bunch of like metal joints in there, but it works. It works. It looks good. The colors match perfectly. I love that gradient there. His toes are painted. His nails are painted. His hands are squishy for some reason. Not really sure why they went that route. They don't bend, do they? No. Except the dew claw, of course. Never painting the dew claw. But Yeah, I think he looks great. I really do. I'm just very happy to finally have Spino on the shelf. I mean, he's such an iconic dinosaur in the franchise. I would argue he's probably the second most iconic dinosaur in the entire franchise. So to finally have him, it's just awesome. So taking like, look at him, just ew. You know, gotta hit that. Hell yeah. So as you saw, the mouth will open up, clicks twice, get the squishy flaps on the cheeks again. I'm happy they brought that back. It's been a minute. I love that. And of course you get the tongue that clicks in the two places, up and down, and it closes beautifully. Very crocodilian-like, as it should be. Really just going to go up and down and pivot a tiny bit. It's not really going to rotate. You're going to get your rotation here at the bottom of the neck. So very good movement overall. No complaints there. Shoulder goes out, down, close in, rotate, and then at the elbow, hinge and swivel, and then hinge and swivel at the wrist. The hips, they'll go all the way around. There you go. Clicks in place very nicely. The stifle goes forward and back and rotates. The pastern, no, the hock, I'm sorry. The hock goes down, swivels, and the pastern joint goes up and down and pivots as well. You get a ball joint at the base of the tail. You do have to plug in the tail. You have to plug in the tail for all three of these, FYI. Goes up and down, and then you get this huge, thick wire in here. It's going to get about that much. The wire ends about right there, so just be careful. But, yeah, definitely worth the wait. I think he feels a little light, and I think a little bit more paint. I still think the T-Rex had the best paint in the whole line. I mean, if you think back to that T-Rex when she first came out, Rexy, her paint is phenomenal. Her paint looks great. Not that this is like bad by any means, but I just still feel like the T-Rex had the best paint in the line, but this is awesome too. So of course, as you guessed it, these are 1/18th scale. It's the only 1/18th scale line I collect. Oops, of course, just when I move, I hit my camera, but it's the only 1/18th scale line I collect. I just want to get some good dinos on the shelf. So here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzars Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And of course, here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So you might be wondering, what are your final thoughts? You know, what's going on with these figures? I would say that they're pretty awesome. Do I think that the Spino is maybe a little bit pricey at like $65? Yeah. I mean, he doesn't come with anything. I think there's a little bit of a lack of paint. But I mean, then again, he's huge and very highly articulated. And he's got some cool features like this rubber tongue, the glass eyes, the big bendy tail. So I'm kind of on the fence with that. The other ones for $15, totally still worth it. I think those are great for $15 for what they are. Very articulated, very nice. So let's just say a cumulative score of about $100 to get all of these guys. What do I think? And I gotta say, when I look at it like that, I'm very happy with it. I think they're good for $100. So with that price in mind, I'm going to give a collective score of 8 out of 10. I think some of the paint could have been a little better. I'll always advocate for paint on the claws. But, yeah, these are still very solid figures. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps. And I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You cop him? See you guys next one. Peace. Stay tuned for the Stego review. He's probably the next dinosaur I'll talk about.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.